There are so many things to worry about, so many things to be concerned about. There are many troubles in the world, of course, and these are important, and we need to solve them. But we also need things that make us excited to be alive, that make us glad to wake up in the morning and be fired up about the future and think, yeah, the future is going to be great. And this space exploration is one of those things. And becoming a spacefaring civilization, being out there among the stars, this is one of the things that I know makes me glad to be alive. I think it makes many people glad to be alive. It's one of the best things. And there's really, we're faced with a choice. Which future do you want? Do you want the future where we become a spacefaring civilization and are in many worlds and are out there among the stars, or one where we are forever confined to Earth? And I say it is the first. And I hope you agree with me.
At 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursday, May 23, 2019, a remarkable event unfolded at Cape Canaveral, Florida. A SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket gracefully ascended into the night sky, carrying a payload of 60 Starlink satellites, the first designed specifically to function within this unique constellation. While SpaceX had previously launched 2 test satellites, this particular launch represents a significant leap forward. It is a crucial milestone towards the ambitious goal of deploying and operating a network of 12,000 satellites in Earth's orbit. Indeed, this launch isn't just about sending hardware into space, it's about opening up new frontiers in communication and connectivity. As we look to the stars, we see the future of internet access taking shape, with SpaceX leading the charge. Stay tuned as we discuss the next chapter, unfolding in humanity's quest for connectivity beyond the bounds of Earth, and how Elon Musk's Starlink is bringing in billions for SpaceX. Imagine a giant invisible web wrapped around Earth, bringing high-speed internet even to the most remote corners of the globe. That's the ambitious vision behind Starlink, a constellation of satellites being built by SpaceX. These aren't your typical high-altitude internet satellites. Starlink operates in low Earth orbit, or LEO, which is much closer to Earth than traditional satellites. This lower altitude offers a latency of under 20 milliseconds. Starlink rivals ground-based fiber and 5G and offers faster internet with minimal delay, perfect for streaming videos, online gaming, or video calls, activities that become a struggle with traditional satellite internet. Starlink utilizes advanced phased array technology, enabling seamless switching between user terminals and satellites without disrupting data flow. Operational in 37 countries and counting, SpaceX has received permission to launch up to 42,000 Starlink satellites and intends to complete the project by 2027. But Starlink isn't just about speed, it's about bringing connectivity where it's desperately needed. Remote villages, underdeveloped regions, and even areas hit by disaster. Starlink aims to bridge the digital divide, offering access to educational resources, vital health services, and a crucial communication lifeline during emergencies. The Starlink system architecture comprises 3 segments: space, ground, and user. The space segment includes satellites in low Earth orbit that provide internet connectivity. The ground segment manages the network and connects to the internet, while the user segment involves users accessing the internet through a satellite dish, router, and Wi-Fi router. Starlink aims to provide high-speed internet comparable to terrestrial. Leveraging SpaceX's reusable Falcon 9 rocket, Starlink significantly reduces the cost of satellite deployment, paving the way for affordable internet access. Priced at $120 per month, the user terminal offers easy installation and doesn't require professional assistance, ensuring accessibility for all. During the MWC 2021 livestream, Elon Musk introduced Starlink. Despite the challenges faced by previous attempts, SpaceX believes in Starlink's success due to advanced technology, like phased array antennas and the advantage of reusable Falcon 9 rockets, which enable cost-effective satellite launches. The project's initial investment is estimated to be between $5 billion and $10 billion before becoming profitable. Musk sees projects like Starlink as avenues to expand human consciousness. In 2022 alone, it raked in a staggering $1.4 billion for SpaceX. Fast forward to November 2023, and Elon Musk proudly announced that Starlink had finally hit break-even cash flow. This internet constellation is not just a side gig, it's a game changer. Euroconsult projects it to account for 40% of SpaceX's business by the end of 2023, potentially hauling in over $3 billion. SpaceX will hit approximately $15 billion in 2024, primarily driven by Starlink's satellite internet venture. This approximation is based on many factors, including Elon Musk's statement that Starlink has reached cash flow break-even, a key milestone for potential future spin-off consideration. That may be good news, but no official plans have been announced. Bloomberg also strongly assumed Starlink's $15 billion sales for 2024 based on internal data showing the growth of the Starlink satellite business. SpaceX is projected to book revenues of about $9 billion in 2023 across its rocket launch, and is expected to outpace and exceed the launch business, becoming the majority of SpaceX's revenue in the following year as the product becomes available in more regions around the world. In a recent report for 2024 by Payload Space, an analysis was conducted on SpaceX's financial performance, drawing from data from the Wall Street Journal and independent analysis. While the figures aren't remarkably high compared to older space companies like Lockheed Martin and Boeing, the pace of SpaceX's growth is notable. Unlike Lockheed Martin, which saw minimal revenue growth and decreased profits from 2021 to 2023, and Boeing, where both sales and earnings declined in their defense and space division, SpaceX's revenue more than tripled over the same period. Additionally, SpaceX seems to have transitioned from a loss to a profit during this time, highlighting its rapid growth and success relative to its established counterparts. While the increase in rocket launches contributed to their growth, most of them in 2023 were Starlink missions, which didn't directly generate revenue. The significant revenue boost came from Starlink's satellite internet service. SpaceX's revenues soared as more subscribers purchased Starlink terminals and subscribed to the internet service. In 2023, it's estimated that SpaceX made around $830 million from selling Starlink terminals and an additional $3.3 billion from providing internet services through these terminals, totaling $4.2 billion. This revenue surpassed the $3.5 billion earned from rocket launches alone. It's important to note that the profit margins for providing internet service are significantly higher than those for launching rockets. For instance, Comcast reported a 37.4% earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization margin on its home internet business. SpaceX aims to achieve a 60% operating profit margin on Starlink once the business is fully scaled up. While SpaceX began as a rocket company, the rapid growth of the Starlink satellite internet service indicates a shift in focus. As Starlink continues to outpace the legacy rockets business, SpaceX will increasingly rely on it for revenue growth and substantial profit expansion. The long-term objective is to reach $36 billion in revenue over the next few years, which, with 60% margins, could mean approximately $22 billion in annual operating profit. Again, this trajectory is promising for SpaceX, and with plans to make Starlink go public in the near future, it presents an enticing opportunity for investors looking to participate in Starlink's success. Despite its financial success, SpaceX's ultimate focus remains on Musk's ambitious goal of colonizing Mars, with Starlink serving as a key revenue generator to support this mission. Starlink has played a pivotal role in the Russia-Ukraine conflict, offering vital communication infrastructure for both military and civilian purposes. Ukraine has heavily relied on Starlink for military operations, drone strikes, and ensuring connectivity in areas where traditional internet services were disrupted. The deployment of Starlink terminals has enabled swift data transmission, secure communication, and coordination of activities on the front lines, significantly bolstering Ukraine's counteroffensive efforts and restoring communication networks in war-torn regions. The utilization of Starlink in Ukraine showcases the effectiveness of commercial technology in conflict zones. Unlike sluggish government processes, Starlink swiftly delivered equipment to Ukraine shortly after an agreement was reached on Twitter. Its commercial nature made it user-friendly for civilians, hospitals, schools, and the military, requiring minimal training. Moreover, the technology's cost-effectiveness, driven by low-orbit satellites and economies of scale, has made advanced tools more accessible. Additionally, private companies like SpaceX have the expertise to address challenges such as cyber attacks, demonstrating resilience in the face of threats from Russia. The involvement of Starlink, SpaceX's satellite internet constellation, in assisting countries during wartime presents benefits and challenges. On the positive side, Starlink offers essential communication infrastructure for military operations and humanitarian efforts, aids in keeping civilians informed, and supports documentation of human rights violations. An example is its contribution to enhancing Ukraine's military communication capabilities. However, Starlink encounters obstacles in maintaining impartiality, while striving for universal access serves conflicting parties in a conflict. Challenges include difficulties in geofencing to prevent unauthorized usage in occupied territories and the potential for involvement in political disputes, as evidenced by Elon Musk's refusal to assist in a Ukrainian attack on Crimea. Moreover, the growing reliance on satellite internet for military purposes raises concerns about cybersecurity and susceptibility to attacks. Starlink's presence in conflict zones may prolong or escalate conflicts, prompting the need for new international regulations on satellite internet use during wartime. Starlink also faces risks such as the ineffective prevention of illegal server usage, potential reputation damage, and vulnerability if military access is restricted. The technology is possibly being weaponized, leading to Starlink infrastructure becoming a target. Additionally, threats like disinformation, propaganda, and cyber attacks can be possible. Despite these challenges, Starlink presents opportunities. Collaboration with governments can establish clear guidelines for military usage, and improved geofencing can enhance security measures. The Ukraine conflict has underscored Starlink's capabilities, potentially increasing demand. Furthermore, it can contribute to disaster relief, peacekeeping, and global development efforts by bridging the digital divide. By effectively addressing these challenges, Starlink can solidify its role as a vital communication tool while mitigating the risks associated with involvement in wartime situations. The high quantity of Starlink satellites with intentions to add thousands more greatly troubles astronomers due to light pollution and excessive radiation emissions. Positioned in low Earth orbit, these satellites are easily seen with the naked eye, move swiftly across the night sky, and can disrupt images or measurements taken by telescopes.
Starlink satellites are most visible in the night sky right before dawn and right after dusk, which is the exact time that astronomers are hunting for near-Earth objects or asteroids, objects that could hit Earth and possibly harm us.
The abundance of Starlink satellites orbiting close to Earth could contribute to light pollution, potentially disrupting astronomical observations. A recent study has raised concerns regarding the impact of Starlink satellites on astronomical research. These satellites emit unintended radio waves that can interfere with the frequencies used by radio telescopes, potentially disturbing observations of faint celestial objects. Furthermore, the sheer number of satellites could momentarily obstruct starlight as they traverse a telescope's field of view, impacting the accuracy of brightness measurements and affecting data quality, particularly for dim objects and precise studies. As the Starlink constellation expands, these issues present significant challenges for astronomers conducting research using radio and optical methods. It may be necessary to conduct further research and implement satellite design and operation regulations to address these challenges effectively. While SpaceX has attempted to tackle these issues by coating satellites with dark material, DarkSat, and launching VisorSat Starlinks equipped with sun visors to lessen glare, these efforts haven't fully resolved the challenges faced by astronomers. Launching a large constellation of satellites increases the amount of debris in orbit, which could pose a collision risk for other satellites and spacecraft. Starlink faces various risks, including potential cyber attacks due to its vital communication infrastructure, concerns about being targeted militarily following its support for Ukrainian forces, and uncertainty regarding the long-term environmental and societal impacts of its extensive satellite constellation in orbit. The short lifespan of Starlink constellation satellites, estimated at around 5 years, poses a potential risk to human safety upon re-entry. The Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, expresses concern regarding the re-entry of SpaceX's Starlink satellites, projecting a likelihood of over 60% that debris from these satellites could impact Earth and pose a threat by 2035. The FAA predicts that thousands of fragments could survive re-entry annually, with a potential risk of causing injury or fatalities every 2 years. Nonetheless, SpaceX asserts that their Starlink satellites are designed to disintegrate during re-entry fully, thereby minimizing potential harm to individuals on the ground. The National Science Foundation, NSF, has collaborated with SpaceX to study the impact of Starlink terminals near observatories and work on addressing concerns to reduce interference with astronomical observations. OneWeb, founded in 2012 by Greg Weiler to deliver global broadband internet, has finalized its initial satellite network. Their journey wasn't also smooth sailing. After securing funds in 2016 to build a 648 satellite constellation in low Earth orbit, OneWeb launched its first 6 satellites on February 27, 2019. However, the company hit financial roadblocks due to the COVID-19 pandemic and filed for bankruptcy in March 2020. Thankfully, with backing from the UK government and Bharti Global, OneWeb emerged from bankruptcy by November 2020 and resumed construction. As of January 2023, they had 542 functional satellites. The recent launch of 36 more satellites on an Indian rocket in February 2023 completed their target of 618, achieving global broadband coverage. Unlike Starlink, which targets individual consumers, OneWeb provides internet connectivity to businesses and organizations. They plan to expand their network with more powerful satellites, up to 1,000, and offer additional services beyond internet access. By the end of 2023, OneWeb expects its complete ground infrastructure to be operational, enabling it to deliver its global communication services. Amazon's Project Kuiper, an initiative to provide high-speed internet access, successfully tested its laser communication technology between satellites. Launched their first 2 prototype satellites on October 6, 2023. These prototype satellites achieved a 100 gigabits per second connection over a vast distance, paving the way for a space-based mesh network. This network will offer significant advantages: faster data transfer due to light speed in space, lower latency for quicker responses, and broader global coverage reaching land, sea, and air. Additionally, the network's resilience comes from its multiple data paths and reduced reliance on ground stations, enhancing security and reliability. Project Kuiper's applications target remote areas like ships at sea, alongside businesses and government agencies seeking secure and reliable connections. Looking ahead, Project Kuiper is manufacturing satellites with this laser linking capability for launch in early 2024, with the goal of initiating customer pilot programs in the latter half of the year. Guangwang is a state-funded project that aims to provide internet access to China and other countries. It plans to launch 13,000 satellites, aiming to be the world's largest constellation. The satellites will operate at altitudes ranging from 311 to 711 miles, with inclinations between 30 and 85 degrees. Bao Weimin, from China Aerospace Science and Technology Corps, confirmed the mega-constellation plan and established a national network company. The project aims to integrate communications, Earth observation, and navigation satellites into China's national priorities. G60 Starlink is a project by the Shanghai municipal government. It aims to launch 12,000 satellites in medium Earth orbit, targeting faster internet speeds than Starlink. China is building a massive satellite network called G60 to compete with similar projects by Elon Musk's SpaceX. They just finished building the first satellite, Genesis 1, and plan to launch thousands more by 2024. This network aims to improve communication, internet access, and Earth observation. While this project is a big step for China's space ambitions, it raises concerns about crowding space with too many satellites, potentially creating more debris and impacting existing infrastructure. Despite the risks, G60 could significantly impact global space competition. The upcoming launch of Starlink competitors like OneWeb, Project Kuiper, and China's G60 presents challenges and opportunities. While increased competition could force Starlink to lower prices, focus on niche markets, and constantly innovate, it could also lead to a larger, more robust market for satellite internet. Geopolitical considerations might come into play as governments back these projects, influencing internet access globally. Starlink faces challenges like potential revenue-sharing pressures, network congestion due to more satellites, and sustainability concerns regarding space debris. The success of these competitors hinges on factors like pricing, service quality, and technological advancements. Starlink must adapt and innovate in this competitive landscape to maintain its leading position. Starlink is revolutionizing internet access by providing high-speed internet to remote and underserved areas. It has become a major revenue generator for SpaceX, and its success has led to competition from other companies like OneWeb, Project Kuiper, and China's G60 Starlink constellation. Starlink offers several advantages, including faster internet speeds, lower latency, and affordability. However, it also faces challenges such as light pollution, impacting astronomical observations, potential collisions due to the high number of satellites in orbit, and environmental concerns about re-entering satellites. The future of Starlink looks promising, with potential applications in disaster relief, peacekeeping, and global development efforts. How will Elon Musk, SpaceX, and Starlink tackle competition, rival technological advancements, and environmental issues to maintain their status as a premier satellite internet provider? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for joining us on another space ride. Remember to like and subscribe for more engaging content about space and beyond. See you next time.